The world is full of people who build for today. Jim Lyons has always built for the future. From dorm rooms and classrooms to the lives shaped within, his life's work reflects a simple conviction: what we build should open doors for others. Raised in Seattle by a single mother, along with 3 brothers and 2 sisters, Jim grew up in a household defined by faith, perseverance, and resilience. Though money was tight, Jim and his siblings each found their way to college, first-generation students determined to lift up their family. But Jim struggled at Seattle University. School was hard. Focusing was harder. Finding confidence, hardest of all. Jim never considered himself exceptional until someone else did. When his path to graduation was in doubt, Bill LaRue of the Society of Jesus stepped in. "I see something in you that you don't," he said, "and I'm not going to let you fail." With those words and the confidence they inspired, Jim began to realize he was capable of more. By senior year, thanks to mentors and his own tenacity, Jim was student body president. And in 1980, he graduated with a bachelor's degree in political science and public administration. Even before his years at Seattle U, Jim had ties to Santa Clara University. His great-uncle, Thomas Lyons, attended in the late 1800s. And while Jim was still in high school, he helped his older sister, Liz Ann, move into Graham Hall. He remembers standing outside, taking it all in. Sunny, blue, spectacular. Unaware he would one day write his own story at the university. With his college days and military service behind him, Jim set out to see the world. For a year, he traveled through Europe, the Middle East, Africa, and Asia, often with little more than a backpack and a plan to keep moving. There were moments of danger and uncertainty. There were also moments of remarkable kindness, which reinforced Jim's belief in the goodness of others, a belief that became the cornerstone of his life and livelihood. Back in Seattle, Jim was once again drawn to Santa Clara when he applied and was accepted to the University School of Law. But a career in higher education beckoned. As an admissions and advancement professional at Seattle University, Sonoma State, and the University of Portland, Jim earned a reputation as a creative leader who fostered authentic relationships and achieved superior results.
He is unbelievably good at building relationships, which, by the way, is the key to being great at his job. And he is great at his job.
While working at Seattle U, Jim earned a master's degree in public administration, and at Sonoma State, something much better: his soulmate, Connie. After a year together, they married, moved to Portland, and raised their boys, Seth, Daniel, Cameron, and Curran. Then, once again, Santa Clara came calling. University President Paul Locatelli was another Jesuit who recognized something special in Jim. Father Paul saw a man of competence, conscience, and compassion, committed to education and Ignatian ideals.
He truly has just the servant's heart. I mean, he exemplifies what we're called and asked to do.
So Father Paul recruited Jim several times. Twice, Jim declined. But when the invitation came a third time, the Lyons family put it to a vote and decided SCU was where Jim belonged.
Jim's values and Santa Clara's values are completely aligned, and he just exudes those, he lives those, and so he has, I think, no problem going about his job in a very authentic way, because it's who he is, it's what he believes in.
He arrived in 2013 as the university was launching a major fundraising initiative. What began as a $500 million target quickly grew into the largest comprehensive capital campaign in Santa Clara's history. The goal was audacious, but Jim approached it with humility, resolve, and a gift for inspiring generosity in others. Under Jim's stewardship, the campaign brought faculty, staff, alumni, and friends together to increase funding for scholarships, build new facilities, and pave the way to Santa Clara for students of all backgrounds. The $1 billion result was historic and transformational. But for Jim, success isn't just about numbers. It's also about access.
It's really close to Jim's heart. Having access to the Santa Clara experience for many students who once upon a time wouldn't have thought to come here because there weren't the scholarships available for them.
He is so student-oriented, and I think every minute of every day he sees his goal as raising money to help Santa Clara provide more and better for students. And his Jesuit background is driving that, I think. His love for Santa Clara is unquestionable.
Jim is as mission-driven in his management as he is in his efforts to advance the university's values.
It's like that Ignatian sense of presuming the goodwill of the other. He presumes our goodwill. He presumes we're going to do the best we can for the university. And again, he sees that and he affirms that.
Jim is also actively involved as a leader and a mentor in many nonprofit organizations, including the National Catholic Colleges Admission Association, Jesuit Advancement Administrators, Rotary Club, and Catholic Charities. Beyond his professional responsibilities, Jim's care for others is deeply rooted in his DNA. He and Connie have always opened their hearts and home to family members, exchange students, and anyone in need of belonging, quietly providing support, safety, and guidance when needed most.
And somebody that they can always count on and rely on and depend on. One of my favorite movies is It's a Wonderful Life, and every time I look at it, I just think, this is him. He is someday, there's going to be an auditorium filled with people who literally have had a different life because of what he's offered them. And he doesn't really even know it.
Now, as Jim prepares to step away from his role at Santa Clara, his impact will be felt in the campus he's shaped, the opportunities he's created, and the lives he's touched.
I think he opened his life and career with the Society of Jesus, and I think he is extremely proud and wonderfully happy that he's closing his career with the Society of Jesus.
Years ago, someone recognized in Jim Lyons a future he could not see for himself. And for more than 4 decades, he has done the same by helping others realize their own potential.
He leaves a legacy of thoughtful action, of a real vision of a hope-filled future.
I'm sure Father Paul Locatelli is smiling in heaven at Jim getting the award after his name.
All Broncos should be really grateful that we've had Jim Lyons for as long as we have.
For 12 years of extraordinary service to the Bronco community, for building up Santa Clara University's foundation and future, and for a lifetime of opening doors for others, the Alumni Association gratefully presents the 2026 Paul L. Locatelli Award to Jim Lyons.